New York is the place to be for bagels, and everyone has their favorite spot. I'm Henry Rosoff, and I love bagels. And now I'm trying every bagel I can get my hands on, one schmear at a time, and seeing how they stack up. Join me on my quest for New York's best bagel. And welcome into the Pix 11 Streaming Center. I am Henry Rosoff, and thank you once again for joining me on my quest for New York's best bagel. Well, Queens, I told you we were coming for you, and that is exactly what we're doing this very episode. 2 stops in Queens, both in Long Island City. Plus, toward the end of the show, we're going to have a little bit of celebration of National Bagel Day. There's the email address, bestbagel@pix11.com. We do check the emails, we do check the comments, we do check the recommendations. And one of those recommendations, in fact, was Henry. Get to the bagels faster. So why don't we go ahead and do show things a little bit differently and bring in the world famous, or at least Pix 11 famous, bagel cam. And we're going to start with Rollin Bagels, as you can see down there. So let's unbag it, and then we'll kind of do things a little backwards. We'll go over the rules, we'll look at the shop and all of that jazz. You know the deal. We're getting 2 bagels and everything, and a plain. The everything will have the scallion cream cheese on it. This is actually, as we'll discuss in a little bit, a food truck, a bagel food truck. It really had me intrigued. We'll go into details in just a little bit. Pretty big bagel. I mean, this is a hefty bagel, well coated with the seating. The cook is on the little bit of the lighter side. Let's break it apart. But look at those fresh scallion ingredients. I mean, that looks tasty. That looks really, really good. We'll get into the plain in just a moment, but let's go over the rules real quick before we get into that first bite. So again, we're scoring all these bagels 1 through 10 bagels. We get the everything with the scallion cream cheese. We want to taste a little bit of that fresh flavor in the cream cheese and a little bit of what one of their flavored or seeded bagels tastes like. I've also got the plain bagel here, which I'll open in a minute, mainly for the purposes of ripping and tearing and seeing if we get that little bit of crackle on the outside. We are going untoasted, especially as I schlep various things across town. So without further ado, let's get into our first bite of Rollin Bagels. The scallion that looked good was good. I mean, that's the first thing I'm noticing. Excuse me for talking with my mouth full, but you absolutely get that nice hit, nice coating of the seeds, getting a little bit of poppy and sesame and garlic in every little bite. I even got a little bit more of a crunch than I expected. If you heard it there, let me take another small bite and you'll maybe be able to hear it. You hear that? A little bit of crackle as I take that bite. So again, as I mentioned, this is actually a food cart. I was just there this morning. The owner's there most mornings that we're told. Just a guy who's worked in bagel shops since he was 15. Started his own place back a couple of years ago. I know he's aspiring to have a brick and mortar, but this is over by the big, excuse me as I try to chew and talk. Coffee is key. This is by the big Court Square subway station, so you can catch the F over there, or the 7G, number of other train lines. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring back the bagel cam and get into the plain as I'm formulating my thoughts and score. Here, another huge bagel. Look at this guy. Big bagel. Really nice balance on the inside. I think it's hedging a little more toward the fluffiness. I'm not getting a fantastic crackle, although I do like a sort of distinct cook on the bottom, which I think is key. And I'm betting you won't get probably too much of a hard knock or too much of a crackle. Let's try this both sides technique. Oh yeah, look at that. Joe's nodding. My sound guy Joe. There's the crackling sound. But it looks like a nice sort of balance of the denseness and the fluffiness. Nice chew, really nice chew. And let me get a little bit of a bite on this top. This is really solid. I appreciate. I got a few people mention that I had to try this place, and I'm really appreciative. I'm gonna get one more little nibble on the everything with the scallion, with the cream cheese being very impressive, but it's only a small part of our score. We're really judging the bagel here. It's a very nice bite. Oh, I got some salt in that one. Really good everything coating. All right. I think Rollin Bagels. I think I know where I'm going with this. I'm ooh. I'll be honest. I'm torn between an 8 and an 8.5. I wanted the cook to be a little bit better, but that scallion cream cheese blew me away. The owner was really nice. He actually, you know what? Real quick, before I give a score, he told me that people were honestly ordering this, everything with the scallion, but also adding bacon, egg, and cheese to that. He said that's becoming sort of a trend that he's seeing in the grab and go. A lot of his customers get right on the subway or right on the bus. I tell you what, for the nice, friendly conversation and the excellent customer service at the food truck on a very cold morning, we are going to go with a 8.5. 8.5. My button's not working. Let's see. Here we go. 8.5. There it is. Technical difficulty. So yeah, that would be Rollin Bagels. Of course, if you have a bagel to recommend, you can go bestbagel@pix11.com. Again, email me at bestbagel@pix11.com. When we come back, one more bagel review over in Queens, and then we will also have a little bit of a tribute to National Bagel Day a few days ago. I'll see you in a minute. And welcome back in. I am Henry Rosoff, host of New York's Best Bagel, in search of the best bagel, my very personal quest to find the best one across the 5 boroughs. And we've even been in Jersey. There's rumors of going to Long Island and Westchester. We will see how far the reach of this show goes. Of course, if you have a bagel to recommend, go ahead and send us an email at bestbagel@pix11.com. So we just reviewed Rollin Bagels, a food truck founded by an owner who'd been in the business for a few years and then wanted his own spot and started a food truck. It was a really good bagel. We went ahead and gave it an 8.5. Let's go ahead and review Utopia Bagels, which has a much longer history. They have a new-ish Long Island City location that we visited while we were over at Rollin Bagels. Let's take a look at my visit over to Utopia Bagels. Utopia Bagels was founded in 1981 as a Whitestone Queens neighborhood joint. We're at their other Queens location now over in the heart of Long Island City. They have a third location in Midtown Manhattan right now and have gotten really popular, shipping all over the country. They actually began baking bagels by cooking in an old 1940s style carousel oven, which they say gives their bagels a unique taste they've tried to maintain to this very day. I'm going to get in there and place our usual order, and we'll see how they do. And we are right back here with the bagel cam. Let's go ahead and bring in the Utopia bag. I'd show you their logo, but they put my order right over it. Of course, we got the regular order of the everything bagel with the scallion cream cheese and the plain bagel, mainly for the purposes of ripping and tearing. I love this natural, they call this natural sound in the business. I love it. One of my nerdy little things that I enjoy. Get the bag out of here. Let's open, which one is the everything? I honestly can't tell. Everything bagel. Another pretty big. They do bagels bigger in Queens. Oh, I'm liking what I'm seeing initially. I'm seeing nice crumbles of onion on top of here. You don't usually see good, like, sort of crumbly cooked onion. I'm also already seeing sort of a crackle. Nice cream cheese. A lot of cream cheese, but you can see the fresh scallion ingredients here. So my initial impressions, very, very impressed. Let's go ahead and get that first bite. You know I liked it. You heard the sound. You know I like it. I'm looking for that little bit of crunch on the end, and they gave it to me. Oh, Joe, we can't do 2 episodes in a row, but this is, I'm thinking about it. I'll tell you, I'm thinking about it right now. Really, really, really excellent first bite. Let's rip and tear the plain. I think that'll be somewhat instructive here. There it is. This one actually, I know I like to talk about having a nice, a little bit of crunch. This one may have been overcooked. This one may have been overcooked a little. You're definitely going to hear a crunch on this, I would expect. Yep, you hear it. Just compare this. Clearly different bagels to different batches, but look at the different color on the cook. Make sure I'm showing you a top. Yeah, so this is a top versus top comparison. Listen, it happens. Every bagel is a unique little snowflake, I like to say. So this happens. I'm going to scoop this one out a little bit. A little more fluff on the inside than I expected based on my bite. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I think I have a really impressive everything bagel and a fairly underwhelming plain bagel. I mean, it was just a little bit of inconsistency, and that's something to factor in as far as the score. I mean, because I was a huge fan of this one. A little coffee to wash it down. Custom mugs are coming. I promise. I just ordered them. There we go. I don't know what to do. It's everything is so good. It's so good. And the plain is so not great. What do I do with this information? I mean, I'll tell you right now, I would give this everything bagel. I give the everything bagel a 9 or 9.5. And what's going to bring it down is going to be this plain. That I just didn't enjoy the inside as much. It was a little overcooked. I mean, clearly it just it didn't go as well. You know, the batch didn't go as well as the everything batch. It's very clear. So instead of a 9, 9.5, and it's pretty straightforward, I got to give them an 8. Maybe this is our first case of I need to retry. And I do reach out to all these bagel shops after we review them and go ahead and see if they want to add or comment on anything. This may be a perfect example of I'm sure ownership might be interested in commenting on this. But before we let you go, and again, you can recommend a bagel at bestbagel@pix11.com. It was recently National Bagel Day, and we celebrated over at Tompkins Square Bagels. They were nice enough to have me in, actually taught me a little something about bagel rolling, which we'll be doing more of a full episode on down in the future. But I wanted to show you that story. It was shot by our fabulous photojournalist Darren McQuaid, who is just excellent, excellent, excellent. I want you to really pay attention to the beautiful bagel visuals in this story. Let's watch as the last thing in our show.
Happy National Bagel Day, sir.
It makes you feel like more of a New Yorker when you're having a bagel, especially on National Bagel Day.
Scallion cream cheese and tomato.
Floating through the East Village shop, not unlike the sweet smell of freshly baked bagels, is Hillary Street.
Let us know how you like it.
She's the Tompkins Square Chief Bagel Operations Officer.
Bagels have really hit their stride more than it's like they're all over the place.
Brought to the United States by Polish Jews in the late 1800s, a traditional bagel, as it was called, is made from yeasted dough that's hand-rolled into a ring, briefly boiled in water, and then baked. All of this makes for the wonderful contrast of a slightly shiny, crispy crust and a dense interior that balances chewiness with a little bit of fluffiness. It's the perfect vehicle to hold endless combinations of seeds, schmears, and sandwich ingredients.
Crunchiness, the flavor, it makes it for a good breakfast or lunch or in between.
You like lox?
When we asked Street what goes into making a great New York bagel, she did not hesitate.
Our team is what makes it. Because everybody makes bagels, everybody makes cream cheese, but I truly believe everybody in this store and all of our stores, it's all about the experience.
I started putting the money.
And in the basement below the shop, Celly Garcia may be the beating heart of that team.
How long have you been rolling for?
And almost 20 years.
With swift and seamless motions, Garcia pulls, twists, and rolls bagels with the hands of a true master. He proudly showed us around a walk-in refrigerator packed with the day's work.
And that's about 2,700 bagels?
Yes, about yes.
On busier weekend days, he rolls upwards of 4,000.
About that size,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Garcia was also kind enough to show me the basics.
How are you getting so much twist in there?
Like most New Yorkers, I proved much better at eating bagels
I feel like I'm getting worse somehow.
than rolling them.
Have a great day. Happy Bagel Day.
And we'll have to do a review of them sometime soon, but we try not to mix church and state, so to speak. So we were over there doing a story with them. We were inside. We were talking to the ownership. I don't talk to the ownership of any of these stores. I just get their comment afterwards. So, but Tompkins Square Bagels, we will be back. Again, not reviewing them, but it was an excellent bagel. You know I had one while I was there. Well, that'll do it for this episode of New York's Best Bagel. A couple of interesting ones over in Long Island City. Please do send me your recommendations at bestbagel@pix11.com. I am Henry Rosoff, and I am in search of New York's best bagel, and I hope you will join me next time.